lined up for all of you, but before we watch today's dialogue clip, I've got some news. Now, we've managed to cover most of the common radicals in Chinese, so beginning today, we're going to be switching gears and focusing in on pinyin. Sound good? Okay, let's take a look at our fabulous trio and what they're up to today.
小明，你快给我照一张照片，这是我第一次来自然博物馆。
我也来，我也来。小明，你帮我和麦克照张合影吧。
好啊。
同学们集合了，大家都排好队，我们马上就要进去参观了。
同学们，欢迎大家来到自然博物馆。我们现在开始参观。同学们请看，这就是恐龙标本。大家都知道，恐龙有很多种。我们把恐龙分成食草恐龙和食肉恐龙。食草的恐龙往往体型高大，而食肉的恐龙呢，往往体型较小。
我老搞不明白，为什么有的食草动物比食肉动物的体型还要高大？你看，像 老黄牛、长颈鹿，它们的体型……
你们小点声，快点走。
满脸的毛，满身的毛，我觉得很……怎么说？我猜，这个就是大名鼎鼎的霸王龙吧？你看，它多高大！ 一定是食肉恐龙。
同学们，我们现在看到的就是雷龙标本。雷龙就是一种食草恐龙。
哈哈，小明说错了吧？它既不是霸王龙，也不是食肉恐龙。
难道我记错了？明明是百科书上说的嘛。
我送你4个字：强词夺理。
好了，别解释了。 知之为知之，不知为不知吗？
嘿嘿，麦克，这句话是我昨天刚教你的，你倒拿来笑话我。
同学们，现在我们上楼去参观爬行动物馆。
小明、麦克，咱们快走吧，其他同学都上2楼了。
好啊，麦克，快走，楼上还有人体标本呢。
真的太好了，你们说有没有和难一样？
集合了，大家都排好队，我们马上就要进去参观了。Come together, everyone. Line up. We're about to go in and look around. Now, 集合 means come together or gather around. 排队 means to line up. So, 排好队 is another way of saying line up, but do so properly. 马上就要 means about to or in just a moment. 马上就要进去 about to go inside. Now, 参观 is to visit or look around.
小明，你快给我照一张照片，这是我第一次来自然博物馆。
我也来，我也来。小明，你帮我和麦克照张合影吧。
好啊。
同学们集合了，大家都排好队，我们马上就要进去参观了。
难道我记错了？明明是百科书上说的嘛。You mean I'm misremembering? Clearly, it was in the encyclopedia. Having 难道 at the beginning of Xiaoming's sentence implies, surely it doesn't mean that. I'm misremembering. Now, 明明 means clearly or obviously, and 百科书 is how you say a general encyclopedia in Chinese. 百科书. So it seems like Xiaoming might be trying to convince himself that he's right.
我老搞不明白，为什么有的食草动物比食肉动物的体型还要高大？你看，像老黄牛、长颈鹿，它们的体型……
你们小点声，快点走。
满脸毛，满身的毛，我觉得很…… 我猜，这个就是大名鼎鼎的霸王龙吧？你看，它多高大，一定是食肉恐龙。
同学们，我们现在看到的就是雷龙标本。雷龙就是一种食草恐龙。
哈哈，小明说错了吧？它既不是霸王龙，也不是食肉恐龙。
难道我记错了？明明是百科书上说的嘛。
知之为知之，不知为不知。This isn't a tongue twister. It is a famous classical saying in Chinese that essentially means you know what you know and you don't know what you don't know. In other words, don't try to pretend you know something you don't know. Actually, the full saying goes like this. 知之为知之，不知为不知，是知也。True wisdom is admitting what you know and what you don't know.
我送你4个字：强词夺理。
好了，别解释了。知之为知之，不知为不知吗？
嘿嘿，麦克，这句话是我昨天刚教你的，你倒拿来笑话我。
同学们，现在我们上楼去参观爬行动物馆。
小明、麦克，咱们快走吧，其他同学都上2楼了。
好啊，麦克，快走，楼上还有人体标本呢。
真的太好了。
All right, everyone, it's time to go over today's vocabulary and take a look at our pinyin highlight. And first off, let's take a look at our specific vocabulary words. 博物馆 museum, 博物馆。照片 photograph, 照片。恐龙 dinosaur, 恐龙。体型 bodily form, build, 体型。合影 group photo, 合影。马上 right away, immediately, 马上。解释 to explain, explanation, 解释。笑话 joke, laugh at, 笑话。标本 specimen, sample, 标本。Okay, so like I said at the beginning of today's show, we're going to be focusing on pinyin from here on out. So today let's take a look at the pinyin for 笑话 or joke. All right, let's first get it up on the board. 笑 X I A O 笑笑 and 话 H U A 笑话. Now, we can't forget our tones. 笑 is fourth tone, and because we have an A in 笑, our A takes the tone marker, so 笑. 话 on its own is fourth tone, but in the case of 笑话, 话 is neutral, so it doesn't get a tone. There we are. 笑话. Sightseeing can be a lot of fun, whether it's indoors or outdoors, or whether you're looking at something modern, like the Museum of Natural History, or something ancient, like the Temple of Heaven. Now, seeing as there are natural history museums all over the world, I'm not going to spotlight Beijing's. Instead, we're going to go back to the Temple of Heaven right now and talk about some of the buildings there. Now, from the name, the Temple of Heaven, it might be hard to guess that the temple complex is actually comprised of many temple buildings and altars. It's not too common a sight to see circular buildings in ancient Chinese architecture, but the Temple of Heaven has many. There is a beautiful reason, of course. The circle represents heaven, and the square represents earth. Now, the Hall of Prayer for Good Harvests was where the emperor would pray for, you got it, good harvests. Now, the thing I love most about this building is that there isn't a single metal nail in it anywhere. It's constructed entirely out of wood. The Imperial Vault of Heaven is just to the south of the Hall of Prayer for Good Harvests. They look quite similar, but this one's slightly smaller. Now, the fun thing about this area of the temple complex is the circular echo wall. Now, apparently, if two people were to stand far apart from each other and one was to whisper something, the other person would be able to hear it. I've been and tried, But the problem is that there are always so many people giving it a try, you can't hear anything. Still, though, it's a lot of fun. Now, I think I've said this before, but the Temple of Heaven is one of my most favorite sightseeing attractions in Beijing. It's simply gorgeous and very somber and peaceful, even when tourism season is at its peak. So I highly recommend paying it a visit when you're in Beijing. It's very worth it. Okay, it's time to check out today's language points. And to begin with, let's take a look at wang wang. Wang wang is an adverb and means often, frequently, or more often than not. So today, the museum guide said, 食草的恐龙往往体型高大. Herbivores are often tall and large. This is in the context of dinosaurs. Now, in this example, 常常 could also be used, as it means often as well. 食草的恐龙常常体型高大. Now, when you're talking about something that will take place in the future, however, please note, wang wang and chang chang are not interchangeable. Only chang chang works for future tense. 请你常常来, please come often. You couldn't say, 请你往往来.
兰兰，我看应该这样。
算了吧，你的主意往往是错的。Mike， 你怎么先喝汤啊？
他往往先喝汤后吃饭。
老. Okay, we know 老 can mean old, but when it's used as an adverb, it means always or constantly. So Xiaoming said today, 我老搞不明白. I always can't get it, or I've never understood. You could also say, 他老不说话. He never speaks. Okay, let's look at some more examples of 老 as an adverb.
我的电脑老死机。
可能中毒了。
这手势我怎么老说不好？
来，我教你。
And last but not least, we've got a pattern. 既不是，也不是. Now, it's very similar to the English, neither this nor that. So in today's dialogue, Mike said, 它既不是霸王龙，也不是食肉恐龙. That dinosaur is neither a Tyrannosaurus rex, nor is it a carnivore. Now, you could say, 他既不是我的哥哥，也不是我的男朋友. He's neither my older brother, nor is he my boyfriend.
妈，这是梨还是香瓜？
这既不是梨，也不是香瓜，这是杨桃。
哟，这个透明的模型是用什么做的？
你猜猜，它既不是塑料的，也不是玻璃的。
你别卖关子了，快点告诉我。
Okay, that just about wraps everything up for today, but before we go, I'd like to respond to an email that we received from Adam, who's living in Guangzhou, China. Now, he wrote to us and said, what are the specific rules for tone placement when writing pinyin? Well, Adam, that's a fabulous question, and it has a relatively straightforward answer. Your tone always goes above the A or E in your word. Always, no matter what. If you have the combination OU, then the tone marker always goes above the O. In any other circumstance, your tone mark always appears above the final vowel. And that's it. So it's not too complicated once you get it all sorted. Thank you for writing us. And on that note, everyone else, don't forget to write us or leave us any comments on our website's comments page. Good luck with your Chinese studies, everybody. 大家加油! I'll see you all next time. 我们不见不散.